Have you ever had the thought that your partner or maybe someone else who you know, like a friend or family member, just doesn't understand you? That can be a very painful thought and really feeling too, right? Well, I'd like to talk about this as a limiting belief. It feels very real when we're having that situation. I've definitely experienced that before. But I'd like to talk about this as a limiting belief that we can trace back to find its origins and why we're having that thought, and perhaps to consider that it might not actually be true. So you have the thought, this person, my partner, doesn't understand me. So first of all, this might mean that you have a fearful avoidant attachment style. I say that because fearful avoidants are often hypervigilant, so they'll notice many aspects of other people, particularly their partners maybe. And so because this is their reality, they expect it from others too. So this may be true also in someone who's not fearful avoidant, but the logic can go like this when we think that what's true for us is true for other people. So they might think, I understand my partner and their nuances so deeply. That means that people in close relationships understand their partners and their nuances so clearly. That means my partner should understand my nuances so completely, or else there's something wrong with the relationship, right? So that's the logic, tracing it out from your own experience to generalizing it, and then to, well, why doesn't this person fit that generalization? That there's something wrong here. So it's very natural, like I said, for people to make assumptions based on their own experience of life and living and interrelating with others. But the truth is that other attachment styles, other people, aren't mind readers. So it's really important to disentangle the idea that what caring or loving looks like is the same for everyone. If you think about it, you can also realize that everyone's had such different experiences in childhood that has programmed their brain. They have very different relationships with their families growing up, for example. So this doesn't mean that you can't ask for care and love in the ways that you'd like, but it's so much less painful and less likely to cause friction and discord in your relationship if we can understand this. So what you need to do instead is to express yourself, whether it's a specific need or boundary or something that you want to share about yourself, an aspect of yourself perhaps that you were hoping that your partner picked up on intuitively or holistically. So that's what you can do at the moment that this is happening, is to, if you notice yourself thinking this thought, you can think, what is my role in communicating here? The other important proactive transformative work that you can do here though, and this will affect lots of areas of your life, not just this particular relationship interaction, is core wound reprogramming. So if you really trace back a limiting belief, this one's kind of an easy one to do because it goes back to a pretty classic core wound, which is I am misunderstood. If you try to trace back a belief and keep saying, well, what's really at the root of this? What's the deeper feeling underneath? Where does it show up maybe in other areas of my life can sometimes help you to pinpoint what that deeper or underlying belief is. You will realize that there's this very basic core belief that is at play here and that's causing those deepest painful feelings. So again, in this case, the core wound is I am misunderstood. So all the details of core wound reprogramming are a little too long for this particular video, but the basics are that you'll find evidence, even if small, and preferably in lots of different areas of your life, that counteract that core belief. So in this case, the I am misunderstood core belief. So maybe you would think of a time recently when it was clear your partner did understand you. Perhaps because you communicated it, right? But maybe it was someone else. Maybe it was in the workplace. Maybe it's examples of where someone else has had a similar experience to yours and you were sharing with each other and you felt like that interconnected piece where we do have common experiences sometimes with others. In any case, whatever the evidence is, the point is to use emotion and repetition in order to change your subconscious, to change your brain. It will take time and some tweaking to figure out the best ways for you to feel the evidence, to get that emotion piece in there. For some people, that might be running visual memories through their brain, for example. But whatever the methodology you use, it will have amazing effects in your life. In lots of different areas, as I said, though, this particular case and not feeling the pain around thinking your partner doesn't understand you is an important one.